Okay, today is August the 3rd, 2020. Right now at 10 p.m. we have a temperature of 71 degrees here in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 69%, the dew point is 60 degrees, and the barometer is sitting at 29.91 inches. Alright, so we had some chemtrail aerosol spraying in the skies today over Southern California. Moisture field, a very light amount of moisture was moving in over central California. Some of that dropped into the Santa Barbara area. Right now we're looking at the continental U.S. Long wave IR map, the infrared map. We can see this hurricane Isaias, I'm just going to call it Isaias, moving north. We see that it's regained strength. Right now it has hurricane strength right here, 85 mile per hour winds. And central pressure has dropped quite a bit since this morning. It was up around 995 millibar, and we see it's dropped. The weather controllers have allowed this thing to strengthen, and the storm is now moving northeast at 22 miles per hour. So let's take another look, and we can see what's happening. We see obviously that it's got some rotation, and before we go any further, I just want to show I just want to show some things about some interesting features. Now, if we look here at the Doppler map, let's go ahead and blow this up full screen. We can see that the eye of the hurricane has moved over Wilmington. It's moving to the northeast. And we have some Doppler radar transmitters, some WSR88Ds located in Wilmington. We've got one right in Wilmington, which is right about here. The transmitter itself is located right around here, and it's KLTX is the name of the call sign. Now, neither one of these transmitters, KLTX, or there's another one in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is designated a KRAX. Let me just double check this here real quick. KRAX, and that's in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now you'll notice that there's no pie-shaped cutouts anywhere in this storm. Let's go take a quick look at some examples that I've got set up here that show exactly what these WSR88Ds do. Now this is the one located at Edwards Air Force Base, just to the east of Edwards. Edwards is right up in this area. The transmitter is located right here. And this was taken on December the 26th of 2019. We can see the pie-shaped cutouts. This is where the microwave transmitter, the high-power microwave, beams out energy into the atmosphere, and we can see that it evaporates the precipitation in the area of this transmitter. Okay, we see Palmdale and Lancaster right here. And then LA is just about 60 miles due south of Palmdale, or 50 miles, something like that, 50 miles. All right, so this is what these WSR88Ds actually do when they're operating in a covert mode. We don't see these, we don't see this reported on the mainstream news. Now, here's an example of the transmitter in Wilmington, which I just mentioned, which is KLTX. All right, this was taken, I took this screenshot back on December the 23rd, 2019. Right near Wilmington, we can see the pie-shaped cutouts. We see how the microwave energy has cut a clean line into this severe weather right here. And once again, the transmitter is located right there where all these lines converge. And you can find these coordinates right online very easily over on Wikipedia. This particular transmitter in Wilmington has coordinates of, let me get my light out here, which is 33.9891631 degrees north and 78.4291059 degrees west. So if you punch that into Google Earth, you'll be able to see that transmitter on the street view. It's a white radome stacked on about a six-story tower, and the radome houses a powerful microwave transmitter as well as a Doppler radar, which is essentially just a microwave, a low power microwave transmitter, which bounces radar signals off of the water vapor in the air at much lower power. So it's a dual function type of a thing. We just don't hear much about, we don't hear anything about the high power capability of these transmitters, because they are used in covert ways to limit precipitation, and it's all tied into the weather futures markets, gambling on the weather and all that. Here's another shot of the South Carolina area. Here's the border, and this is near the Wilmington area in North Carolina. And we see that same transmitter, cutting a clean line through this severe weather. So the WSR88D is publicly known as a severe weather detection Doppler radar, which it is, but they don't tell you the other part of the story. And there's a lot of shills on the internet that are saying, well, these are just anomalies in the returns and all that sort of thing. Baloney. What we're seeing here is just blatant weather manipulation. So that this is documented. Now let's go back to the radar itself, and we see today, August the 3rd, there is nothing going on here to prevent any sort of flooding in the North Carolina area. This Wilmington transmitter is turned off. The one up here in Raleigh is not working. We don't see any pie-shaped cutouts whatsoever. You can zoom in. Nothing of the sort. Here's the eye wall of the hurricane right here. We see a lot of severe weather, very deep pockets of rain moving right through North Carolina, and this will continue right up the coast. It's being steered right along the coast. So there it is. So let's get back to the satellite maps and we can see what's going on. By the way, on the Hurricane Center map, we've got another disturbance with a 40% chance right behind Isaias here, which will probably form into another hurricane. We'll just keep an eye on that. So in the last video, we showed that the hurricane was being targeted and it was knocked down. And of course, it was allowed to rebuild. Here in the water vapor map, we can see what's happening. It's starting to regain strength here in this 200 frame loop. We can see some high pressure being installed right in the middle of that, right near that vortex. Let me turn the contrast down here so we can actually see it. Watch this again. So we see that blast pattern right there, and then the system rebuilds as it moves north from Georgia to South Carolina and then to North Carolina. And we see that hole open up right towards the end of that loop. Right there. Okay. Getting back to the Doppler maps, let's take another look here. Yeah, those are the only three I have pulled up. Okay. Looking at the long wave IR map, we see some severe weather over Mexico right here, which is being targeted. We can go take a look at that right here. Well, this map is not loading up. Look at that. Well, that's strange. Nothing is showing up. Okay, a little bit of rain over northern Mexico, which is what we should be seeing based on the size of this weather system right down here. which was targeted. Our monsoonal moisture that normally moves into Arizona and into eastern California has been blocked. We've not seen any type of cumulonimbus development over the mountains. Normally in August, late July and August, we see a lot of that sort of thing, and we have rains in the desert, thunderstorms. None of that has occurred yet this year. We're being set up for a severe fire weather season, I think, here in late September, October, and November. All right, so that's pretty much the report. I just wanted to show that those Doppler radars are nowhere to be seen. When you need them the most, they're not around. Of course, when they want to create a drought, they're the perfect tool to destroy, evaporate rain and cause drought conditions. Once again, here, let's take another look. This is Edwards Air Force Base area. You see these pie-shaped cutouts, and this is exactly what these WSR88Ds are designed to do, to limit rain, to precisely limit rain in the area right around that transmitter. These are located all over the country, by the way. You can find the list of coordinates very easily. These are known as NEXRAD, WSR88D. They're managed by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. That's the NOAA, and they are also managed by the Department of Defense, DoD, Department of Defense, and that's rather interesting. Okay, so once again, we know that we have a transmitter located in Wilmington because of that shot there, and also the documentation we already have printed here showing the coordinates. But yet nothing is happening here in the maps to prevent the severe flooding over North Carolina and other areas north. So this system is supposed to track right up the coast through Virginia and probably into Washington, D.C. We can see Washington, D.C. already has some severe weather. This will move right up the coast into Philadelphia, and not sure where after that. It's quite a bit of rain. Not a single WSR88D along this coast is operating. That's pretty amazing. Okay, so that's going to do it for tonight. We'll just do it. I couldn't get an update up on Sunday. I was just too busy. Too many things going on. All right, so we'll do another update hopefully tomorrow. Okay, that's it.